Let's go. Let's go. So we did this last year. We're going to do it again this year. A national championship companion. So I'm going to be watching the game on my little handheld device here. I don't have a TV in my little cave here just yet. But obviously, we're going to touch on some LSU stories. And first thing is tonight's live stream is dedicated to our Georgia PHL president. That is none other than Danielle. Shout out to Danny girl. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Now, I saw Nathan in the chat do this. He said that he's rocking national championship gear from the greatest team of all time, okay? And that is, without reasonable doubt, as much as I love Liverpool, that is, of course, legend status, baby. You guys know what the deal is. I'm right there with you, Nathan. Rocking the greatest team of all time. So I have yet to place a wager on this game. Last year, you guys saw my Ohio State bet go up in flames. So what I want to do is I want to see what I should bet. Should I bet the under? I'm kind of feeling this is going to be a lower scoring game. I've seen a lot of people today. I saw Swagoo with the score that hit the over. I saw Gary Danielson with the score that hit the over as well today. I will say this. Before this game starts, I'm actually just going to take the under. Okay? I'm just going to take the under. Let's do it. Should I take the under or the over? What are you guys thinking? Y'all are smarter than me. Huh? Should I take the under? Someone tell me what I should do. Should we go under or over? What are we playing here tonight? By the way, Super Chat's wide open. We'll be back to the normal LSU programming tomorrow. It is good to see Kayshawn get that NIL deal with Gordon McKernan. Gordon needs to sponsor my channel as well. Shout out to Kayshawn. Obviously, some other news today. Alex Adams hits the transfer portal. So there we go. So we're taking the under. Dane says take the under. So let's take the under. It is at 53.5. Now it's at 53. Great. I'll accept changes. There we go. There we go. Took the under. It's at 53.5. I like how everyone didn't even ask what the number actually was. So obviously the poll question here is only put a little. The poll question, when will Brian Kelly reach the college football playoff? 56% of you say Walker Howard's junior and senior year. I like it. Junior or senior year. Yeah, so this is it. Nathan is right about this. I feel like these matchups have always been shootouts. They have. So the over has actually been 5-0-1 in the last 6 national championships. So I actually do think it's going to be a high-scoring game, which lets me know that it's going to be a lower scoring game. So obviously this is going to be a little bit more laid back. You guys asked for it. We are here. And this is what's funny. Every time I do this, I say, hey guys, do you want to do this? And everyone says, yes. And then we have like one of our lowest viewed live streams, but I don't care. I wanted to spend this first half with you. Now, once again, we're only going to do the first half. And if you guys have any LSU related questions, I'm obviously here to answer those. Yeah, Tommy, what does that mean? I wish I could say what it means. But as many of you know, I can't get demonetized because I'm going to need my money back after I lose this under bet. So there you go. Jesse's all in on the dogs. Rob, what's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? Leonard is here. What's up? SMC? Yeah, it was a really good national anthem. Who was that? Natalie Grant? Always love listening to the anthem. I bet an SEC school wins. There you go. So, like national anthem rankings, obviously, Whitney Houston's always going to be number one. Jay Huddy up there. Natalie Grant was really good. But this is my favorite national anthem. I love a national anthem sung by a group of people, right? Because you get different harmonies. You get a group. I am more of a church choir national anthem. I just love that angelic sound. Yeah, it was a great anthem. Now, what's interesting to me, so I rewatched. So later this week, I will be traveling. So Saturday night, we won't have a live stream, and we are underway. So we won't have a live stream on Saturday night. I do want to share this. I will be traveling to meet with some really cool people, and this weekend, I will be releasing my first of hopefully many Mike Denbrock deep dives. Skipper, I'm pulling for Georgia, but afraid Bama pulls it out. So what's very interesting is Cincinnati left a lot of points on the field. So that's the first thing that you guys will learn from the deep dive. I really felt after rewatching the game, I felt as if Mike Denbrock's players failed him. They missed some easy opportunities to potentially win that game. Now, I also want to share this. I know I'm supposed to be like pro LSU, and we were very disappointed that Damon Clark didn't win the Butkus. But I've got to say, Nakobe Dean is so freaking good. Like I if you watch the Michigan game, you're like, okay, I can see why Nakobe Dean won the award. And Damon Clark, they could have gone right either way. I was fine when Nakobe Dean won the award. That was the first time I really sat down and watched him for a full game just to see how he dominated the game. And he really did. So Bama's going, hurry up. And this time they're blitzing this game. There we go. Slade Bolden to the outside. There you go, Nathan. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Nathan, our first super chatter tonight. I played some money on PHL. Let's go. There we go. So this is interesting, right? Tell me this. Okay. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on this. And Nathan, you get to pick the next topic. So Nathan, we can talk about anything you want. Tell me how you guys feel about Louisiana players that play for other schools. Like, oh, that's such a sick sack right there. Jordan Davis. Are you kidding me? Jordan Davis. The dogs. Was he down? I thought he was clearly down. So what they're going to do, especially in a national championship setting, is even if you think he's down, they're going to play the play out, right? So on the twist stunt, let's see. Was it loose? It was such a... Oh, that's going to be a spicy decision right there. That is going to be a spicy decision. Oh, my goodness. What do you guys think? Type I for incomplete, type F for fumble. Type I for incomplete, type F for fumble. Very interesting. Tracy, I love the anti-Bama feeling in here. That's a throw. They're going to give him incomplete. It should be a fumble, though. Eric Reed, the 4-star cornerback from Shreveport, is transferring out of Auburn. I've never seen him play. Who that dude? So please inform me of his play. I've never watched his film. You guys know how I am about player evaluation, right? I don't like to BS. I don't like it when people jump on and say well, for sure, he was for sure he's for sure like a 5-star talent. He's the next, I hate it when people do that, right? Actually sit down and watch that kid play. Okay. So, for instance, there's some recruits, when I look at them, I'm like, okay, year 2, year 3, I can see it. It's very rare that I see someone and I'm like, okay, that is a for sure transcendent year 1 type of guy. What's kind of scary is the one running back that I was like that about over the past 5 years was Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to be on Alabama's team next year. You can go back. I got so many tweets about Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm like, how in the heck is this kid not a 5-star? He looks ridiculous, right? And I hate how the guys that I really like a lot always eventually end up at Bama. I'm like, really? What was that? I mean, he had a cutback angle there. He was a top 200 kid, Eric Reed. Well, just by the name alone, you got to get the kid, even though his name's a little different. What's crazy is on those incomplete passes, one of my favorite things is when you see quarterbacks change their arm angles, right? That seems to be more in vogue now, especially since Stafford and Mahomes do it all the time now. That sidearm throw, that was an open completion, though. I have been really interested. You see, that's just too easy. I am legit shocked at how easy Bama is able to spread out these defenses. I already feel like my underplay is just a disastrous one. Jared! There you go. So let's do this for Nathan. Nathan with the super chat here. Let's see. Nathan, I might switch up the poll question just for you. All right. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 1. That's a good run. Let's see. I'm a Montrell Johnson stan. More of a traditional back. Montrell Johnson wears the same jersey number and runs very similar to Brian Robinson. It's such a good blitz read right there. My under bet is already toast. I bet the under last national championship game. I'd do it again because the over was my favorite play. There you go, Nathan. Got your own poll question now. How you feeling? God, that was a great play by 4. Oh, they gave him a first down. They gave him a good spot there. They gave him a great spot. All right, so let's see. You know what I would do if I was Georgia? Exactly. Well done. Good play by Bryce Young. Wow. To avoid that man, good coverage by 3-1 there. Something else to keep in mind is Georgia's defensive back. He wears number 11. His name is Darian Kendrick. And Darian Kendrick legit made the biggest mistake of our national championship game. So he was with Clemson at the time. And for those that don't remember, how the greatest team of all time. So the national championship game was so weird, right? So we played that game and we were only up by, oh, that's a big tackle. We were only up by, we're only up by 4. And we had a 3rd and 16, and Ed Orgeron elected to call a timeout. And coming out of the timeout, we threw a deep ball to Terrace Marshall. Darian Kendrick panicked and had a pass interference call, and we ended up scoring a touchdown. We had the famous 3rd and 10 QB draw call with no timeouts. That is still the gutsiest play call by Steve Ensminger I think I've ever seen. Because if that doesn't work, you are ridiculed the rest of your career if you lose a game. And we might not win that game if we don't have that play call. You got to have some stone cold you-know-whats to call a play call. Your legacy is tied with a play call such as that one. Field goal is up, and it's good. So Bama jumps out to a 3-point lead to start off the national championship game. So, it's one of those things. So Darian Kendrick is playing for Georgia tonight. Coach J, big pickup for them fighting Tigers. Trying to figure out who Coach J is. Refresh my memory. C until I see proof. I think C's a fair grade. Yeah, I mean, anytime you can hold a Bryce Young offense to only 3 points is a good thing, right? Let me say this. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Is Bryce Young Alabama's best quarterback ever? And I think Coach J, you mean Jamar Cain. Yeah, huge, right? I do think let me see. Jesse says no! Exclamation point. My TV's that makes sense. I watch it on my phone here. Hey, no one thinks Bryce Young is Alabama's best QB ever. Jack says yes. Andrew says I don't know. Bryce Dung. Yeah, we're a slinger channel. That was such a great play call. So I got an insider to tell me what exactly happened on that play call. And there was a piece of me for a long time that said what my initial thought was is that Joe just said F it because he saw the middle of the field wide open and just decided to do it on his own. But no, it was a design QB draw call. It's crazy. Like, they came out of the timeout knowing that Clemson was going to be in that look, and they knew that long story short, they knew that play was going to work. Jordan Arsenault. I thought you were talking about Jamar Cain. Yeah, once again, I read up on him today. Obviously played at Nichols, was at Virginia for a while. It's interesting. My favorite thing about Virginia is they had the Keontae Thompson guy who wore number 99. I just love that. I love when a wide receiver wears 99. It's rare. It's rare you see a pass catcher in the 90s. So yeah, it's kind of strange. Danny Girl says Tua was overrated. Slight agreement. Okay. Tua overrated. Slight agreement. I still stand by. I think an underrated Bama player was I think Najee Harris is underrated. I think Trent Richardson overrated. You know what's funny, Trey, is thank you for the super chat. But even more importantly, I will not watch the Quincy Wiggins scooter video. I will not watch it. A few of you have sent it to me. I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't want my soul to be crushed. God dog it. What a big loss on first down. Ugh. No, I will not watch the Quincy Wiggins video. How many of you have watched the Quincy Wiggins videos? Is it as bad as you guys say it is? I mean, he is built like a Mack truck. Delay a game on defense, an ACC squad. I guess that's a substitution penalty. Oh, yeah, you can't make a timeout type of symbol. Is that it? I don't know. Yeah, Danielle. So this is interesting. Trey, as always, thank you for the super chat. He flew like Jeepers. God, he had to have. There you go. There you go, Stetson. This is how Joe Burrow won us the title, right? These runs. Joe Burrow's. But you got to settle down, man. You can't cough that up. This is how I am too, Jack. Let them play advantage, right? It's kind of a soccer thing. If the hurry up and snap the ball. Snap the ball. Gosh. This is why I can't stand a Kirby Smart coach team. And I got flamed on Twitter about this. So for those that saw the Michigan game at the end of the first half, Georgia was taking their sweet time when they had good field position. They could have scored. And Kirby tore Stetson Bennett up. Dude, that's on you. It's on you. It is the head coach's ultimate responsibility for clock management. Okay? Oh, he dropped it. Hit him right in the hands. It wouldn't have been enough for a first. It's just amazing. Like 2 years ago in the national championship game, it was Joe Burrow to Justin Jefferson. And now we have Stetson Bennett to Lad McCoskey. What is this? Is this a Kappa Sigma rush party? Really? We're trusting Stetson Bennett and Lad McCoskey to deliver Georgia their first national championship versus the greatest team of all time? I swear if Georgia gets blown off the field, I'm going to cry, right? But once again, Nick Saban is undefeated when he's getting points, right? I have betted every single time. Tonight was the only night that I didn't bet it. I decided to take the under because my gut feeling was that Georgia was actually going to get it done tonight. But no, because you got to trust Stetson Bennett and Lad McCoskey. Now, if they're doing your taxes, you feel better about it. Danny, what are we drinking tonight for your birthday, Danny girl? I got to get Hey in here to wish you a happy birthday. Stetson really sucks. I think every single one of you, anytime, sweet tea. You want to know what's funny? Every time you ever mention anything clock management, everyone's like, Les Miles. Les Miles. What's up, Creek? Good to see you. Yeah, Coach O wasn't great at clock management either. Was Ed O and Les Miles good coaches? I mean, yeah. I mean, I think any coach that wins a national championship is a good coach, but are they exceptional coaches is a different question, right? I'll say this. There have been almost as many bad coaches or decent coaches that have won national championships as there have been good head coaches that have won national championships. So let's go back to 2010, right? So in the past, 2010, the national championship winning coach was Gene Chizik. And then in 2011, Les Miles got to the national championship. Then, Ed Orgeron, right? I love all three of those guys. I have nothing against Gene Chizik, but you notice no one is jumping at the bit to hire them to be head coaches again, right? Obviously, Gene Chizik got the Auburn job, but yeah, I mean, there's so many things that go into winning a national championship, and since the titles have been hoarded by mostly, three coaches, most of them have been Saban, but you guys know the others, Urban and Dabo. It's crazy. Now you got to make an open field tackle. There you go. Where are my underbetters at? Let's go. What's up, Chris 606? There's Chris 607 in the photo. That's my favorite dad joke. That sounds like a Western movie. Brett, what kind of marlin do we have here? Is that a marlin? I don't know anything about fishing. I'm still waiting on one of you guys to take me fishing. We have like an actual like pro bass fisherman that jumps in here every now and then. Come on, Georgia. It was the assistants that won. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's no other way around it. It was mostly Aranda, Ian, Brady. But, that's part of being a coach, hiring great assistants. I don't think anyone in North Louisiana actually likes Slade Bolden. I feel like some Louisianians like Devonta Smith. I feel like nobody actually in Louisiana likes Slade Bolden outside of his family. It's crazy how many Louisiana guys. So you have Christian Harris, who had that big sack, Georgia Centers from New Orleans. And, you got to make this tackle. That is one heck of a play. Man, Georgia's defense is so fun to watch. I know I might be a little bit behind you guys, but Nakobe Dean on that cross dog blitz right through the A gap to feel the pressure. And look at this tackle in the open field when it's clearly in man coverage. Look at where that safety came from. Man, Georgia's athletes are just animals, man. That's just an animal making a play. And then, the best athletes, the best athletes always pop right back up. Great defense, Georgia. Yeah, and Max makes a good point here. You can have the best defense in the world. If you can't get vertical with your quarterback, it means nothing. And it's funny, like whenever I talk to Van about this, Van just gets like, I know he gets agitated when I bring this up all the time, but this is something that we preach all the time on this channel. The reason why we won the national championship in 2019 is simply because we can get vertical. Our intermediate passing game was immaculate. Joe Burrow's running ability is what made us unbeatable. But the framework of what we did offensively in 2019 was just the ability to get vertical. We're never going to be able to do that at that level again. It just won't happen. But that's going to be the key, right? We've got to get vertical. And this is something else. On the defensive side of the ball, we have got to make open field tackles. Max's a cold-blooded comment, but there's, Max's comments always have a good little bit of truth in it. Jay Ward would have let him go to the house, right? You saw in that open field tackle right there, Bama actually had the right play call, right? That A-gap blitz from the best linebacker in college football, it's tough, right? So, you need to get the football out quick. You got it to your slot guy in space, and that safety just mowed Slade Bolden down. So, yeah, Chris, and I love it. That's my favorite thing, right? And our safeties, we're used to our safeties being that way, right? Grant Delpit was the best at it. Jamal Adams was also the best at it. LaRon Landry was an absolute assassin. You got to have guys that can get downhill and make those kinds of plays, right? Just exactly. This is a good question right here, Jack. Who's better, Thad Moss or Foster Moreau? Foster Moreau would have potentially won the Mackey in LSU's offense. I think about this a lot as well, right? Foster Moreau has been a really good pro. He would have put up some gigantic numbers in LSU's offense. But the funny thing about it is Thad Moss did as well. He had obviously 47 catches. He's still, I believe, on the Bengals practice squad. And Thad and Joe had a really good relationship, obviously both of them being transfers. So there you go. Lloyd, thank you so much. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. But I would say Foster Moreau is better just because you got multiple years out of him. Thad Moss, you only got 1 year out of him. So yeah. Appreciate you, Lloyd. But yeah, man, Grant Delpit and Jamal Adams, man, those dudes could just, like a missile, like a freaking missile, come down and make an open field tackle. And they would pop right back up. I don't know how they do it. right? You got to be an animal. There's only a few athletes that can really do that. This is a good question for Max. Who was our good tight end in 2019 or in 2011 again? It was D'Angelo Peterson, right? He was a really good tight end. Part of the issue with me with D'Angelo Peterson was, it was a little before his time, right? He was more so like one of these modern, slender tight ends. God, Will Anderson is so daggum good. I hate him so much because he's so daggum good. Like, I rewatched the Cincinnati game, and every daggum second of watching that Cincinnati game, I was like, how did this dude not win the Heisman? How did he not even get a New York invite? And then obviously Christian Harris from Baton Rouge. Ugh. Will Anderson's just so good. He is the best defensive player in college football, right? That time they did a good job blocking down on him. But that's the thing. Whenever you stop Bama's elite playmakers, they have other guys step up and make plays. That's my favorite thing that they do, right? They lost Jalen freaking Waddle last year. No sweat. No sweat. Pisses me off. Jalen Waddle. Oh, my God. Stetson McCoskey III. Is it Will Anderson again? Dadgummit! How is he so good? It's every single play. I swear, the Cincinnati game was the same thing. It was the same freaking thing. The same thing. And Will Anderson grew up a Georgia fan. I listened to an interview with him. That destroys me. Why is he so good? Yes, Reed, undercover Bama lover with my Tyrann Mathieu card collection, LSU bobbleheads, my whole life's work dedicated to this channel. My full-time job is to talk about LSU football all the time. But yes, I'm a Bama narc, telling on all of you. I send a report to Lord Saban every single day. I did. It was a sweet pick six. It had a little bit of that Patrick Peterson attitude to it. I love it. I freaking love it. Oh, did we get a Craig Lawson reference? I know I just saw I will say this. We saw a Craig Stelz reference. I don't know if Rob is still in here. Rob, I'm missing my Craig Stelz auto. I'm glad you got it. I will say this. I'm just like Shaz, Preston, and Aaron Anderson. Exactly. I'm just like them. Exactly. I run a 4.4. I got a 40-inch vertical. I'm just like them. Like you see this face, you would immediately think with my gray hair and double chin that I was an elite college athlete. I'm just like them. My Stelz auto is gone. Rob has it. There's really good news right here. Kev Falk going to the College Football Hall of Fame. He needed that after the year he's had. It's crazy, right? So, I'm in my 30s and, I grew up, if you're in your 30s, your earliest recollection of LSU football really is the what? Probably the Music City Miracle, the Bluegrass Miracle. That's probably your earliest recollection in the national championship, right? But if you're late 30s, early 40s, your recollection of LSU football was when Kev Falk changed everything, right? So, when you think of influence, Kev Falk is probably the most influential LSU running back of all time. And you can make a strong case that he is the best of all time. So I'm glad he got this, right? He really needed it. He deserved it. There you go, Rob. You deserve it, though. So the reason why I sent Rob by Craig Stelz Auto is that Rob is very generous, right? When he wanted me to send his booger bands elsewhere, but I was like, no, Rob, you're a big part of the channel. And that generosity hit me close, and he told me, it was like, Carter, Craig Stelz is my favorite player, right? So once I heard that, I was like, well, got to give him the Craig Stelz Auto. And you also said Kevin Minter was also one of your favorite players. And this is my favorite thing. So like whenever we do the booger band thing, right? I always tell you to tell me who your favorite player is. And my favorite is when someone says like someone really undercover, like Kevin Minter or Stephen Ridley or someone like that. And I love when I have a card of that player. So obviously Craig Stelt's one of those guys, but when you said Kevin Minter, I got fired up. I was like, that's so cool. Kevin Minter is so freaking underrated. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know why people are rooting for Bama because if Georgia wins, they become a dynasty. Doesn't matter who is. We got to puck up our. That's true. Yeah, someone made the case. Oh God, they got a free blitzer. Good blitz call coming off the edge right there. So 44 drew the offensive tackle to open up that blitzing angle. Good job holding that left tackle right there, Evan Neal. And also knowing that Evan Neal is the more likely tackle to not have help. And you also get a hard shot on Bryce Anderson, and it wasn't targeting. I think at some point that hit you just saw they're going to outlaw college football. I think it's, or just in football in general. They're not going to let you hit the quarterback at all. Chad Jones is your all-time favorite. He's up there. I just got another Chad Jones rookie in the mail. And get him for pretty cheap. It's a good thing. Yeah, Max. So let me say this. How many of you feel Cortez Hankton is for sure coming to LSU? The New Orleans native, graduated from St. Aug. So if you're not familiar with high school football, St. Aug is one of the biggest high school producers of talent. Obviously, Leonard Fournette is their most famous example. We'll see. If Cortez Hankton comes over, that's obviously a big deal for New Orleans recruiting. He's been a big part of what they do at Georgia. I was watching a clip earlier today of Cortez Hankton breaking down film, how he teaches his wide receivers how to play. You got to play cleaner. You can't get your hands up into the face. Got to be smarter. So, we'll see. I hope he does say yes, because we still do need a wide receivers coach. I don't think it's make or break, though. I think if he decides to stay, it's not going to be like the be all end all. But yeah, how many of you fear if Georgia wins this national championship, it's worse for LSU? Tommy, you made this case. It's worse for LSU because then that's just another national champion in the SEC. That's some good blitz pickup right there. Good. That's still crazy. A 6'8" tight end. Got away with the hold there, though. There we go. I love it, man. It's not often you get a Craig Lawson super chat. So I know Craig fairly well. We're Facebook friends. We lived in the same apartment complex. Craig Lawson gave me a wristband after one of his games, and I lost it. No! What a... George Pickens is a monster. Someone said the best prop in this game was George Pickens over. And that was legit one-on-one, number one on number one. You see, at the stem of his route, him getting his hand on his shoulder, Justin Jefferson does that better than anybody. During his route, they always get there you go, give Brock Bowers the ball. Dear Lord. Come on, dogs. This is your year. This is your year, Georgia. God, that's such a great catch. It's all hands. Did his glove fall off? His glove fell off. That's insanity. Oh, it stepped. That's one of the best catches you'll see in a title game, right? That's like Jamar on AJ Terrell level good. To just snatch it. That means his finger was stepped on there. Dear Lord, that is Cody, what's good, man? God, that was one of the best catches. All hands catch on a ball that was overthrown, right? To just snatch that, it's just crazy. God, these penalties. That was a good play call, too. So you reverse that motion. So they motion another guy, and it spreads that safety out and opens up the deep middle. Such a great, deep Herb Street breakdown there. Oh, my God. The left guard just got mauled there. DJ Dale. That was a heck of a play by that defensive tackle. The left guard just got Georgia's offensive line is getting pushed around. Bama first quarter bettors, you have cash. Congratulations. God. I love a good Craig Lawson reference. I'm going to get Craig on here. I wonder if he would come hang out. Yes, a Craig Lawson reference, not saying he was the best safety we had, but he definitely made a lot of players scared to go across the middle. True. We had so many great safeties, he gets lost in the shuffle. Yeah, it's true. So when you list the greatest LSU safeties of all time, just in the modern era, Craig Lawson is, I don't think you could put him in the top 10, right? So what, Delpit, Adams, Jones, Landry, guys, those are just four just off the top of my head. And then, in that next tier, it's like Stelts. This is just off the top of my head. It'd be Stelts, And then that's your top 5. But there's got to be more. Huh? We got a Jai Eugene reference in here. Yeah, Craig, what was the deal with that pick 6? That pick 6 covered the spread, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So the only thing I remember about that game is nothing. So what I mean by that is I've never gone to an LSU game just obliterated drunk. Like I've drank at tailgates. I've gotten buzzed. I don't do it anymore, obviously, because I don't go to games that much, and of course this channel. But there was only one game I've ever been to, and I just wanted to see what it was like to be obliterated and going to a game. It is the absolute worst. Okay, and that Mississippi State pick 6 game was the only game where I was obliterated. Uh, I don't remember getting to where we were sitting. I don't remember anything until that pick 6 happened. That's the only thing I remember from that game. I don't know how people get obliterated and then go to a football game. How? I think that would be, I was like scared. I didn't know where I was. I was like, oh, we got to go to the game. JUCO QB going to Washington State. Jacoby Stevens. So tell me this. How many of you have gone to an LSU game? Oh, yeah, Eric Reed. Nah, I knew I was forgetting someone. So Eric Reed is the clear-cut number 5, right? So Adams, Delpit, Reed, Landry, Jones. And then Stelz is number 6. And then Jacoby, I'd put Jacoby over Craig Lawson, 7. I think I'd put Jack Hunt over Craig Lawson. There's a young man that decommitted from LSU on the final day. It's the only time you'll see me cheer for a Jermaine Burton catch. It takes years of practice. That's true. Yeah, so yeah. And Craig Lawson? No, Craig Lawson's probably top 10 then, right? Now it depends. Do you view Jalen Mills more as a safety? You know, I I would say John Battle. Who was a better safety, John Battle or Craig Lawson? Yeah, Valenti, I've been to your tailgates before. It can get wild. I just don't know if I could. That was the only time where I just got drunk and went to a game. I've been to games buzz before. It's just hard. Titus, good to see you. What Butte NIL was? I don't know. I don't know how much you got. Caleb Williams has gone to USC. I'm just hoping LSU is at least trying. And I hope Caleb Williams doesn't go to Georgia. Oh, good play call. Oh, why would he? What was the cut there, Stetson? Oh, no. Stetson. No. No. Not there. Please give me the end zone angle. Oh, no. Will Anderson again. Ah. Go for it. Freaking go for it. Please don't shank this. Thank you. Oh, Stetson. I actually love the play call there, right? I love that play call. I just think he made the wrong cut, right? My favorite thing about okay, I understand if you just happen to be a Georgia fan watching this. I'm obviously wearing a national championship shirt. I'm obviously wearing, you know, the Joe Burrow bobbles or whatever, right? My favorite thing about Joe Burrow when he ran a QB sneak was how downhill he got, right? He didn't play around. He would make one cut, but he would plant his foot in the ground and go, right? Because part of the value of a quarterback draw is that you're catching the defense flat footed at those first and second levels, right? And you're more than likely not going to get a defensive back coming at you downhill either because they're full. They're back in their coverage. So the one thing you don't want to do as a quarterback draw is overthink your cut. Just go full speed after one direction, right? But instead, Stetson Bennett just finagle too much right there. When you run that QB draw, sell the QB draw and get the F downhill. Now, they got a little unlucky there. Will Anderson ran a stunt there to the inside. So Bama's best player was there to help make a play. But I love that play call for two reasons. Number one, you know for sure you're going to get positive yards. Number two, if they're just playing all out man coverage, you're going to have an open middle there. And number three, you can get down to the 2 or 1 and get a potential fourth down opportunity. So, Bennett made a bad decision there. I need to see a replay of it. Man. So, Chris, I'm kind of in the middle about this, right? I hope we get Lacey out of the portal. Type Y for yes, type N for no. How many of you think we absolutely, positively need another wide receiver in this cycle? Type Y for yes, type N for no. That we need a wide receiver out of the portal. Blanche, everyone's just assuming that he is. I don't see why he wouldn't. Gentry says no. Jack says why. John says why. Danny says no. Jared says why. Tommy says why. Lynch says no. Reed says why. Oh, man. If I'm... Man, I need to get a... Lacey was the number 2 wide receiver in the state behind Butte in high school. Is that actual recruiting rankings or is that just his stats? Andrew, I'm not asking for maybes. This is a simple wire in. Actual recruiting rankings. Interesting. All right. Get up real quick. I know a lot of people are high on that Plaquemine wide receiver. How do you let him? I just don't understand. Oh no, his knee. I hate that. As much as you can want Bama to win so bad. Kid's about to make life-changing money, and then you see him blow his knee out like that. God, dog, man, And you saw how different their offense changed after Auburn. If you yes, and how do you let him split cover 2 like that? Oh my God! Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't show a replay of that. Oh my God. Oh my God! Don't show that. That's, man, don't do that. Right when he's about to make life-changing money. And it sucks, right? So that's that Indianapolis turf for you. So when you play on turf fields, they have done studies on this. And this is part of my concern with Kayshawn, right? So when we played Kentucky, that was the first time we were on a turf field. And Alabama didn't play many games on turf fields. Now, obviously, they played their 2 playoff games, the SEC title, which was essentially a playoff game, and the SEC championship. But Mechie also got hurt on a turf field, right? I think all stadiums should be grass fields. There have been studies that have, and Kayshawn broke his ankle on a turf field. Studies show that there is an increase of lower extremity injuries on turf fields. Chris said when he played. So, yeah, I mean, you just hate that. You just hate that. I also hate that Alabama's best wide receiver was Ohio State's 5th wide receiver, which is why he transferred. But you hate to see that. You just do, right? Mm. Also, Bama just fell apart when Jamison Williams got Reggie. The college football doesn't care. College football doesn't give a rip. They want to have it at these big national stadiums, neutral site stadiums, because these cities pay so much money to have the event. College football don't care about the players' injuries. Heck, they don't give a rip. They'll say, look, we play on turf fields all year long. Really? I would also go live bet Georgia now. Bama's offense is just a totally different animal without number 1 in there, right? Plus, if you're Bama, when you see an injury like that, that just sucks. So let's see what happens. So they sunk into cover 2. What was 16 looking at? I'm telling you, Jameis Williams gets hurt. Slade Bolden's about to freaking turn into Cooper Cup. You just know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. Who's a proven receiver other than Butte and Besh? Quit freaking showing the guy writhing in pain. We don't need disaster porn. I don't know, Pegasus. I guess it just comes down. Is that a Jai Hall? That is a Jai Hall. Bama just puts in another 5-star. I would not run up the middle here. Oh, they stemmed at the last second, and they got a false start. What a call right there. They had not stemmed, I think, all game. That is brilliant coaching right there by Dan Lanning and Kirby right there. On a 3rd and 1, you save your stem to get the false start penalty. Excellent coaching. I freaking love that. Those kind of things, those little things. It's the little things. That's so huge. Now they're going to blitz to force a. This is going to be an interesting call. So you are in field goal range. God, this blitz pickup was so good right here. So you have to know that they're blitzing here. And they still went 5-man protection, and they went 5 for 5. Gutsy call right there because that could get you out of field goal range. So they went 5 for 5 on protection. 41 did get in there, but the pickup was really good. That was a really good blitz pickup. And now you have a manageable field goal. Really good quarterbacking, good blitz pickup, good play call, good open field tackle. It's just good football. You guys are watching a really good football game right now. So the score 6-3. Once again, I don't know how I feel about my under bet. I feel like this could pop off any second. That was some really good quarterbacking there. But even better blitz pickup. So normally what you'll see coordinators do, so if it's 3rd and 5 right there, number one, that was a great stem call to force the false start penalty. Number two, this is even better. When the ball is around at that 30-yard mark on 3rd down, defensive coordinators are going to blitz 9 out of 10 times because you want to force a sack to, number one, knock them out of field goal range, but number two, take away their chance to go for it. So you have to expect all-out blitz right there on 3rd and 6. And for Bama to still go 5-man protection right there is gutsy. That was a huge play right there by the Bama offensive line. Good communication. This group coming in was just slandered, and for good reason. They had been that good, but they've been good so far in 5 quarters versus Georgia. Sup, coach? Sup, Swerve? So the question was, do you think LSU needs to get another wide receiver? Okay. I don't think they need to. Once again, you didn't have like 3 studs this year. I felt like you had, Blanche, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I felt as if you had, obviously, some really good players. Once again, it kind of comes down to your evaluation of Malik, right? So BTJ is high ceiling. Once again, you're not going to fall in love with Brian Thomas's body language after, the 2nd or 3rd game of the year. He started pouting, and it was clear on camera. I still think BTJ is going to be special, right? He's quiet, reserved, but if he gets after it, I think it's going to be phenomenal at LSU. Malik obviously is one of the hardest workers on the team. He had the injury, but he just looks really impressive. Now, Malik did have some drop issues that need to get cleaned up. But once again, this was a guy who didn't play football at all last year. So you would have to think out of Malik and BTJ, one of those guys takes a massive leap in year 2. So you look at the history of LSU football, most of our wide receivers took their massive leap in year 2 of their development, right? So that was Jarvis's leap. That was Odell's leap. That was Justin's leap. That was Jamar's leap. That was Terrace's leap, and so on. Go! Oh, my God. If they call holding, oh, man. I don't know why my screen froze up a little bit. me see. I just need to refresh it. Yeah, I think. Let me see. What this? .5 TDs per game. Will Anderson again. I promise you. I don't know. I just don't know if I've ever seen an edge player as good as this guy. I really don't. In the SEC, I don't think I've ever seen it, right? He's unfreaking believable. It's every play. It's every freaking play. Come on, lad. Lad, make somebody miss. Block Will Anderson. Block freaking Will Anderson. Crap, they have him lined up on a guard. What are we supposed to do about this? He's got an extra year. How is he not? How did he not win the Heisman? He's unreal. He's unfreaking real. He did this versus us. He's only played elite every single freaking game. God, dog. Block him. Oh, get on that. How did he not get to New York City? One Will Anderson is better than two Stingleys. That's why building a monster on the D line to me is just as viable as having 20 CBs. Yeah, we had that discussion the other day. We got to be. Oh. Yeah. Let's see what happened here. Oh, come on. 5. I still don't think Brian Robinson's that great of a back. I think he's a good back. He's 5. You got to stop the explosive plays, baby. Dogs have a poor plan tonight. I think some of that is true. But man, if you have a defensive edge player that's just dominating, like Will Anderson's doing right, it's impossible. And I hate that he has the most basic name of all time. And I hate that he had that stupid quote. Well, is that a pick? Oh, come on, Darian Kendrick, who got burned versus LSU and Ohio State. Oh, that would have been a game-changing pick. Alabama doesn't have their 2 best receivers, and it still doesn't matter. I'm so sick and tired of Nick Saban. Retire. Re-freaking tire. I'm sick and tired of this Bama slog. Give me a compelling game. Please make this stop, because he's for sure going to kick. 3-man rush here. Oh, good delayed rush. Get flat. Yes! What a bad sack. Oh, my goodness. Great call right there. So Kentucky and Bama did this against us last year, this QB spy, and then immediately attack downhill when they break the pocket. That's excellent. Dan Lanning, you son of a gun. We are watching some defensive brilliance here. That was a huge drop tight end, touchdown by that tight end, though, right? Field goal's good. The good old-fashioned delayed blitz. So I think so far, Lanning's called an okay game. Not a good game, not a great game. He's called an okay game. All right. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Do you think Caucus is telling the truth? Type Y for yes, type N for no. So, Max, to your point, I agree with you. If you can have a transcendent end, he's going to be more involved than a transcendent corner. But then again, really, how many edge players have you seen as good as this guy? Right? Oh. Caucus. Looks as if you have some supporters here. They believe you're telling the truth. Danny's got your back, Caucus. Danny look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And of course, Doc. Huh? What's up, Esteban? Caucus, I don't know if I believe you. And I sent you one of my favorite Chris Jackson cards. I don't know if I believe you. You might have to mail that thing back. You don't come in here saying, well, my alarm didn't ring. What is this? Are you a sophomore in college? My alarm didn't ring. You didn't believe me the other day. Yes, no one believed I don't even want to bring it back up. Your ludicrous Dillard's, J.C. Penney, whatever the heck it was, Stacy Dash story. Kobe, what's good? One of the best Avies in the game. Caucus is a little lit. I like it. Tracy, what's good? I just love this name. Let us pray. Tracy and Tommy, husband and wife, trying to figure where each other are right now. How are y'all not in the same location at 8:31 in the evening? Or 9:31 if you're on the East Coast? Block Will Anderson. Cut him? We're still Jordan Arcement might be our way to compete with Bama. Dude's got 4 stars and 5 stars and ain't committed to school yet. Good. I don't know a whole lot about the guy, to be honest. But I hope he does work. Please, dear God, someone go Todd Gurley and make a freaking play. Five older sisters. That's so interesting. Huh? Oh, man. Brett's on some crown tonight? I'll tell you, if Brett ever meets Craig Stelz, I don't know what you would do with yourself. What, Brett, you and Craig might be buddies. Y'all might be fishing buddies. And what kind of fish is this? I don't remember if you told me or not. Run that. Just run that. Don't throw a ball. Also, if you wear a single digit number, you got to catch that. You guys know how I am about it. If you wear a single digit, you've got to make tough catches. We might get a 9-6. What a catch. No. Okay, I was about to say, there's no way. Get you some Woodruff Reserve. Leave that crown alone. What a catch. Brock Bowers is crazy, man. Is he like Tony Gonzalez incarnated? I mean, what in the heck? So it's a brim? That's a brim? Redfish? Oh, make that player miss. No! Please don't give Bama any breaks. Don't give them any breaks. That was such a great route. Yeah, he was down, thankfully. 11-inch bass, is that good? Come on, Georgia. Don't run the ball here. Don't run the ball here. Thank you. Now just run. That's another 5-star true freshman right there. God, these Bama 5-star edge guys. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Step up and step up. Oh, the chip got the tackle. I hate that so much. That chip, if on those long developing plays, you've got to get a better chip than that. Mm. Kyle was a Christmas present. So here, you obviously can't go for all the yards here on this 3rd and 14. So it's going to be interesting how Todd goes about this, right? You don't want to punt in plus territory here. And you want to give your field goal kicker. I think Georgia's got a decent field goal kicker. So Bama's obviously playing off. Oh, they picked up that twist beautifully. They go get vertical. Ooh, it might get targeting. You got to try the field goal here. Good play. Take the yards that you can get. How long is this field goal? 49 yards. Okay. And it's good. Good quarterbacking right there by Stetson Bennett. Take what you can get and pick up, the yards to get in the field goal range there. You're not going to get all the 14 yards. Bama was smart. That was a good defensive call right there. Call some kind of exotic blitz to see if you could force a punt and be aggressive. So good quarterbacking right there. Obviously, first down didn't help. Let's see. Is that targeting right there? Man, I don't know. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Was that targeting? Leading with the head if I've ever seen it. Jamie Skalski somewhere is shaking his head. Doc says no. Nathan says no. Rob says yes. Blanche says no. Chris says no. Here's my thing. He led with his head, right? Mm. It doesn't have to be helmet to helmet. I don't like targeting calls deciding national championship games. It's just not my thing. But we did benefit with that Skalski targeting on Justin Jefferson. We would be lying if we didn't benefit from that. We'd still win the game, but if you're going to call it, right? Hit him in the chest. So that's the thing. 3rd and 7. What do you do here? Mm. Oh, good blitz call. You got to make that tackle. Oh, man. That's a true freshman. God. Dog. I'm so sick of Bama having these true freshman backups. Out of nowhere. They don't. Johnny Hall has not made a play all year. All year. God, 5. Oh, man. 5 has made 2 gigantic misses. Oh, man. Don't wear a single digit number if you don't make plays. Ah, that's huge. Huge. So there you go. That's for those saying that he hit him in the chest. What's that? You know? Exactly. So that was the targeting call on Skalski right there. So type Y for yes, type in for no. Is that targeting right there? Is this targeting on Clemson? Type Y for yes, type in for no. He was the one that shattered Joe Burrow's ribs in that game. So here I would be blitzing, but it doesn't look like they are. Oh, they are. Huh? Oh, don't tell me Georgia blew a timeout with 3 seconds on the Kirby. Jared said against LSU. Yes. So this is the thing. That's a clip you need to see the entire play. Yeah, but if you're doing a replay, this is a clip there. They look at still shots like this. Right? Third and 8. I'm definitely blitzing here. I am definitely blitzing. There you go. Now you're showing the edge. Yeah. Oh, that's good coverage by 29. Chris Smith. That is huge. If you're Slade Bolden, you have to get separation there. Blitz pickup there was superb. No separation. You got to make that catch. That is a perfect throw. The only person who didn't do their job was a kid from Louisiana. Come on, Slade. Making West Monroe look bad. Excellent blitz pickup. Bryce Young already had 206 yards. His prop was at 309. It doesn't feel like Bryce Young is at 206 yards, you know? It doesn't look like he's having that good of a game, but he's actually been pretty phenomenal. That ball is right on the money, right? Also, Z baby. See what happens here. Oh, don't get too conservative. What was the back doing there? Yeah, if you're Saban, you can't call timeout here. So you gotta let this. You gotta bleed. What's the deal? Does anyone know the explanation? I'm sure. I'm sure someone has this full explanation. Why does Saban have that one guy that carries a cup of water? That seems like an inefficient cup of water. Wouldn't it be easier, instead of putting him through the angst of carrying around a cup of water like that, to just, you see, I would call timeout here. I would definitely call timeout here. Saban is playing this conservatively. Saban always plays the end of the half poorly. He did this versus Cincinnati, and he's doing it again here. There is no way I would let this bleed out. Wow. Now they call timeout. Why did he let 20 seconds bleed off? Saban does not know how to coach the end of the half. Why would you let 20 bleed off there? He did this versus Cincinnati, and he let them get a Hail Mary. That is wild to me. I would too. I'm sure that guy gets $100K a year to do that. That's yeah, exactly. That is, oh man. Why would you let 20 seconds go off there? I would definitely want to take this in the half if you're Georgia. And I would definitely throw here since they have 2 timeouts left. So I guess Saban's logic there is, 22 seconds if they do get it, and they are going to get it. I guess his logic there is, if you take it at 22, you're also not giving them the opportunity. Now, why would Georgia not take a few shots to get it? Very interesting. The end of the half strategy. Oh, man. So, Nick, I can understand. Actually, now that I think about it again, I can understand the 22-second timeout now, because if they do pick up the first down, you also clip their opportunity to eventually get points. If I'm Georgia, I'm taking one of my timeouts and running another draw at the very least to see if you can pop off another 5 or 10 yard run. They could get into field goal range. So actually, I do get Saban's logic there, because if you do give up the first down, it takes away their ability. But if you do stop them there, 20 seconds with 2 timeouts does give you enough time to go into field goal range. So forgive me for questioning Saban. I still think you take the timeout at 40 because they get the ball first to start next half. So I would have I would have definitely played that different. I also don't agree with Kirby's conservatism at the end of the first half. I don't like how either one of them played the end of that half either. So yeah. Let's see.
How much longer is the game?
Oh, we're only at halftime, baby.
Oh, are you doing the whole game?
No.
Well, I already had dinner, and I'm finna wash my face because the baby's got to go to school in the morning.
Come on. Bring it. Come on.
Go.
Go, come on. Oh, God.
She's got her donut. Pick your marker up. Come here, Zeke.
All right, we're going to hang out for a little bit longer.
Come here.
A lot of you are liking the coaching hires.
Give it to me. You want sake? You want daddy sake?
All right. Let's see. I want to do this poll question really quickly.
Here, get a card. Come here. She's going to get that cord. We're just going to lay it right there. I don't want her to trip on it. Tell her to. Come here, say, baby. Come here. Come here. Okay, I can't get you if you don't.
Tell, hey, what's up?
Come here.
Yeah, I Doc, Kirby is not going to be aggressive at the end of the half.
She's not going to do it, baby. Easy on her mouth. Easy. Easy, Carter. She's not going to do it.
There she is.
Give her the toy.
She's
There you
fine.
go.
It was a 43-inch redfish. About time I got the end. Everyone say, hey, looking so pretty tonight. Show your. Hey. You already ate without me?
Yeah, I was tired and I was
You
hungry.
ate without me?
Yeah.
Who? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Should Haley have waited for me to eat suppy?
No.
She was like biting my hand.
Hey, mama. Hey.
Everyone in here wears Crocs too.
Hello.
See, Skipper said you should have waited for me.
No.
Dane said no.
Thanks, Dane.
Rob said no. Max
Dane
says
knows what's up.
well, Danny, tell Danny girl happy birthday, your favorite.
Happy birthday.
Danny.
Happy birthday, Danny. Oh, Danny. Give her here.
She's got her new LSU collar.
She does.
Brett
I see the
says-
majority is on my side.
Of course. Of course. It would not take my side. Can't answer that question as my wife is watching and listening. There you go. Once again, before we get off of here, don't ever forget the greatest team of all time. I don't think anyone's going to think a 9-6 lead is great unless you're 2011 Les Miles.
What did Dane say?
She's prettier than you, Carter.
About time somebody told him that. Dane?
What, my monobrow and gray hair isn't enough for you, Dane? Ja! Truly, we're having some sketty.
I cooked something else. But you want sketty again tomorrow night?
Oh, you made me something else other than sketty?
No. Hell no.
You didn't eat sketty?
No, I don't eat that. I ate salmon and a salad. Hey, Daddy.
Don't forget, guys, tomorrow we'll do our normal live stream.
Honey,
She'll give me a wet willy.
get him. Get him, Mama.
How time she's acting good.
He's a baby.
She only acts good when you're holding her.
I know, because she doesn't like you at all.
Stacy!
Oh, goodness, Mama.
Look at this Stacy. That's a wonderful picture.
Get popping in. Hey, Jared. Hello.
Huh? Dang, 56% of you believe Alabama's going to win this.
Oh, who's that getting taken off the field? Or is that a replay?
Replay. Someone tore their knee. Rob and his Stelz card had pizza. That's great, man. Ramen noodles can never go wrong.
Well, I can do that tomorrow night.
We got some Michael Trigg fans in here. I love it. It's dope. Well, all right, guys. So for the next 5 minutes, we'll talk.
All right,
yeah,
well, I'm gonna go warm it up then. But
yeah,
okay.
perfect. Next 5 minutes, I'll take as many LSU questions. Once again, if you super chat, we'll keep this party moving all night. I love watching games with you guys. Once again, it's not as fun as it's not normal we do this. One of my favorite things, though, so I used to do play-by-play and color commentary. I used to call football games on my own. But I've been the color guy. I've been the play-by-play guy. I miss calling games. I miss it so much. It's so much fun. Let's see. Cornbread and milk, aka that Kush Kush. Georgia has beaten themselves with the penalties. I agree. The Florida State meetup is official. I need to find a venue to do something the night before. I'll work on that. But yeah, we're for sure going to hang out. Florida State game. I saw a video comparing 2019 LSU versus 2020 Alabama. Who do you think was better? It's a good question, right? And before we all, jump all over the place, well, we were way better. I actually, objectively looking at it, I do think 2019 LSU was better, especially considering how good Dave Aranda's defense was playing at the end of the year. Also, something else to keep in mind is I am one of these people that actually does believe I actually do believe the 2019 Bama team was more talented than the 2020 Bama team. But yeah, 2020 Bama's quarterback was better than 2019 Bama's quarterback. I thought, oh, that's so cool, man. Taking that Craig Stelz card, man. I'm telling you, that Stelz, it's a beast. It's a beast. I had to get another one. So, but you deserve it, Rob. You really do. I'll say this. As far as the 2019 and 2020 teams are concerned, right? The first thing is I really do think 2019 Bama had more talent. Also, some would say, well, 2020 Bama's defense was better. I don't know if I agree with that. They were more consistent. But even then, they had that Ole Miss game. Like, we both gave up a lot of yards versus Ole Miss. That's something we have in common. But I really do think 2019 LSU is better. I really do. You look at metrics like yard per play, Power 5 adjusted yard per play. LSU's better, right? There's been two teams in the modern era that's averaged 8+ yards per play versus Power 5 competition. And that was Joe Burrow in 2019 LSU and Kyler Murray 2018 Oklahoma. So, God, Z really got me a wet willy. So, yeah, I do think 2019 LSU. I do. Now, the fan in me says, really? Really? You asked that question? I think a better question, though, is 2018 Clemson versus 2020 Bama. I think 2018 Clemson would have matched up really well with 2020 Bama, right? But yeah, 2018 Clemson was really good. I also think 2018 Clemson would have given us a little tougher task because their defensive line was so good, right? We didn't play defensive line nearly as good as 2018 Clemson. Now, if we would have played 2019 Ohio State, their defensive line was obviously unreal. Still, that's the thing. 2018 Clemson, their biggest strength was their defensive line. Well, Joe Burrow was the absolute best, even under pressure, right? He proved it against Clemson. He proved it against Auburn. So I am going to go 2019 LSU over 2020 Bama for this. Wide receivers, slight advantage LSU, right? Quarterback, huge advantage with Joe Burrow over Mac Jones. Huge. And that's nothing against Mac. Mac was phenomenal at Alabama. And he has exceeded all expectations in the NFL, even though I think he is a little overrated and his cards are way overpriced. He's the most overpriced quarterback in the hobby right now. I know it's a sports car related thing. I just think the gap between 2019 Burrow and every other non-Cam Newton quarterback is just so wide. And I just think I just think no team can overcome that. You factor in Joe Burrow's running ability, accuracy. He's an unstoppable college quarterback. Doc Knock, the Stacey Dash photo. I love it. You look a lot better, Doc. I hate Matt Jones. The Arkansas quarterback, Matt Jones? Oh, Mac Jones. True. I agree with that. I think both the teams LSU played in the playoff were better than the teams Bama played in the playoff. That's a really good point, Coach Smith. Bama's overall schedule was better. But the playoff games, we beat better teams, right? And we blew one of them out. Danny, we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah, we'll talk some LSU football before we get out of here. Ask Me Anything Official Friday. We've been talking some LSU throughout. Once again, this was a little bit more laid back. Obviously, we do these. We did it last year. We're doing it again this year. Friday, I'll let you ask whatever you want, man. We got some Michael Trigg fans in here. I like that. Joe was that guy. I don't understand starting beef on this channel, right? I can understand you guys having beef with me. You guys can have beef with me all you want. It's not official. Once again, if you're coaching in the playoffs, nothing's going to be official, right? So we'll know tomorrow if Hankton is going to come to LSU or not. And we'll know pretty quickly. Hankton's got to make that decision if he wants to coach closer at home. Obviously, he feels like he's done everything he could possibly do at Georgia. This would just be a home and money decision. We can love all LSU we want. Going from Georgia to LSU is lateral. And obviously, LSU could really use Cortez Hankton. You lose a guy like Mickey Joseph who has an amazing track record, amazing recruiting history. I think the Hankton thing is going to happen. Trig is so good. He starts. So who's the fight between? I am ready for the dead period to end. What's up, John? Good to hear you. Good to see you. Dang, TRU. On my mom's grave. RIP to your mom, but it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Reed, I got to say this. Reed, you do get it too intense in the comments, right? I do this every single day. This is my full-time job, LSU YouTubing. It's all I do, right? We're very fortunate to get to do what we want to do, right? And I don't want to block any of you. Only block like serious trolls or anything like that. But Reed, you got to calm down. Calm down. Now, when you come at me, it's not a big deal. Just calm down, right? Especially if someone says, on my mom's grave. That means not great things, right? So don't, just calm down. Yeah, Friday, it's a good point. Obviously, you look at a guy like Kerry Cooks. I think Kerry Cooks has some Dallas ties from his days at Oklahoma. Should be very interesting, right? KO, you've been cheating on me. I know you have. Yeah, KO, you love LSU football more than anyone. You love LSU so much that you wore your LSU in the shirt in the middle of Times Square to get a photo. Reed, please just apologize. It's cool that you feel real tough right now, but just apologize. A lot of people leave my channel because I let you guys fight too long. No one wants to see Caddy fight in the chat. What is a halftime show? Who is it? Is this Katy Perry? Yeah, because she's an Ole Miss grad or Ole Miss fan. Oh, is that the Boston Robotics thing? What kind of brainwashing is this? That's the Boston Dynamics robot. What is this? What is this halftime show? What is this? I can't play the music. All right, Reed, you're in timeout. I had to. You got to calm down. People don't like it. People don't like when people fight. The Boston Dynamics robot is what's really freaking me out. We should go after Trig, move Jack back to the outside. All right, this is cool. My producer. When I do ESPN radio in South Carolina. What's up, Diesel? Good to see you, man. Diesel's a man. Diesel's an Appalachian State fan. You got to be a real one to be an Appalachian State fan. Yeah, Nathan, after the college game day thing, I actually liked it. The reason why I liked it is that it's rare, like a super pop star like that is in on like SEC football. I think that's great. I think that's great for the sport. It brings in a new demographic, and she showed real animosity with the corn dog stuff. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Now, am I a huge Katy Perry fan? Fireworks a good song. Eye of the Tiger's a good song. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not hiding the Silver Dome, baby. I just haven't gotten a haircut in a while. The neck band. Do you think we come out with the top 10 recruiting class? No. Disappointed that the linebacker with LA ties committed to Texas A&M. I don't think that's over yet. Can't sign until February anyway. Dancing in a brewery. Young in the Mill. Welcome to the channel. Well, all right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. It'll be all LSU. Hope you enjoy the second half. Who wins? I want to see who. Type A for Alabama, type G for Georgia. Let me check the poll question here. Alabama 60-40. I want to see who you guys actually picked. Dang, Mark, an Auburn fan picking Georgia? Well, yeah, you would pick Georgia over Alabama, what was I thinking? A, G, hard to bet against Saban. A, G, G, A. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom. Sketty time. Let's go. Let's go. Friday, we'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Mark, let's go.